Rufino. Nice. What's your secret?
It's a Volvo. It won't die.
It's best carbureted.
The tuna chuckers would disagree.
Well, that's true. We have a trophy donated by a team for the best finish for a carbureted car. Looks like a Strongbird 92. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Nice, very nice. We had a hard time actually figuring out which cars were carbureted at this event. There was only about 4. Now, if we're giving this to the wrong car and somebody who's carbureted finished higher, you come and tell us and we will laugh in your face. As far as we can tell, the highest placing carbureted car, and this is a car, I must say, these guys have worked on this thing for many, many races. It's gotten better and better. It was out there the whole race this time. Fun to see. I think they stayed out of everybody's way, even though it's a giant, terrible car. So, the best carbureted car goes to Moro's number 111. The award goes to Sasquatch.
Okay.
All right. Judge Johnny is going to offer the Judge's Choice Awards. Yeah. All right.
Come on. Oop, 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 oop. Get up there.
Okay, so Judge's Choice basically is the team that kind of keeps us entertained the most.
Uh-oh.
And in this case, it was really one person that kept us entertained. It was a very short interaction, but these guys brought the worst car ever made by this particular manufacturer. Totally sucked, brand new, much, much worse 20 years later, 20-some years later. Their clutch went out, which on most cars is, a pretty quick change. This particular car, I talked to some guys, well, it could take a few hours. This took them 20 hours to change a clutch.
Oh my God.
Something like that. Wrong clutch, had to get a VW clutch, didn't know if it would fit. Big deal. But then they had a girlfriend of one of them who berated me for 30 minutes. She didn't know what a clutch was. She didn't know what a transaxle was. She didn't know what a torque tube was, but she pleaded and pleaded. And why not? So this is the 924, Porsche 924, car number 23.
Woo!
Come on up and get your Judge's Choice. I got her own clutch. Come on up. No, this is from a 5.0 Mustang. There you go. Very well.
I believe that clutch started this event.
Wow. Nice.
Uh-oh.
Tool Award for the team that is the biggest tools. Car 55. Nicely done. Big tools, car 55. That's the black BMW with the blue stripe. Oh. Hi, we're tools. We're tools. The organizer's choice. Might as well get them both out. All right. So now we get serious. Seriouser. The organizer's choice. This was a very tough choice. I'm looking out. I'm seeing lots of people who on a normal race would have walked away with this thing. There were some great heroics at this race. There were some fabulous cars at this race. There was some good driving at this race. The organizer's choice, it's always just a little subjective. It's kind of whose story appeals to me the most. And this one, after a lot of thought,
A few beers.
these guys, they're kids. They've never done anything like this before. They had all the cards against them. They showed up for tech. There was no way they were going to get that car done. The Misfit Toys Wartburg guys helped him out a lot. They learned a lot. They fixed their car a lot all night long. They got up at 5 in the morning and started working again. They didn't even clear tech until about 3 o'clock on Saturday. But they didn't give up. And they never got crabby. They just persevered and they went through it. They also brought a super spectacular car. And then when they finally did get back out, they just went around and around and around and around until their hood fell off. They even went pretty fast going into corners. They didn't come out of them that fast. However, they stuck it out, and every time I saw that car, I just cracked up. I am happy for them. I hope you are happy for them. Absolutely. The organizer's choice, the black Fiat 128. That's an excellent question. Everybody, please take all your parts away when you go.
Yes.
And return your transponders before you leave. So, last but not least, the index of effluency, which is the sliding scale of the most achieved with the most unlikely car. I don't think you can get less likely than this car. Those of you who have been following the forum and the web know the whole story here. But there's a little more to it. Not only did they build an amazing car out of something that should never have run, but they blew up too. They did basically a complete engine teardown last night, like they were changing their oil. They just said, well, what the hell, we'll just do it, we'll tear it apart. They didn't have any head gaskets. The only head gaskets they could find were for a totally different motor. So they cut new cooling passage holes in it, added a little glue, bolted it back up. Works fine. They were out there, they went around and around. Amazingly, they didn't fly ass backward off of the race car. The index of effluency for this race, and in my opinion, the top award of the 24 Hours of Lemons, no question in my mind, 1958 Wartburg! Nicely done. Those last two awards have a cash award as well, so you'll enjoy spending that. You'll need it for a new motor, so nicely done. Give your winners a hand, everybody. We've got a ton of transponders that haven't come back. If you're one of them, 1, 13, 21, 23, 24, 26, 52, 53, 78, 98, 157, 144, 555. What's wrong with you people? Bingo!